Hey guys, all the places, people, and events are entirely fictional. Even those inspired by real ones. Everything is imaginative. Don't take anything seriously. I am serious. Scientists create liquid trees, a tank full of water and microalgae that could be an alternative to trees in urban areas. Can I ask a stupid question? What's wrong with trees? Nothing is wrong with the trees. According to science, yes, science, algae are more efficient in photosynthesis, a process of absorbing carbon dioxide, aka bad air, and producing oxygen, aka good air. But there are several problems with putting tanks full of algae on the street. Those tanks require special treatment. I'm sure algae are not just here to stay if left unchecked. Filtration, light, and nutrients are basic things needed, along with more complex measures such as regulating the population of algae and other living organisms. And those are things I know. There are most likely more things needed, whilst trees require water and painting against pests. When you argue that algae are more efficient in photosynthesis, let's not forget that trees regulate temperature, preserve the soil, and can be habitats for wildlife. Aesthetically, trees are more appealing than tanks full of slime. Why don't we plant trees on the roofs of buildings or find a way to do so? Maybe we could make it a norm and require it so all the roofs in the cities will look green and beautiful. Speaking of trees, what can we do about the deer eating the bottom half of our arborvitae? Obviously, we can replace them. That's on the table for us, but wondering if there are alternatives to restore them or somehow decorate them with fake leaves. Just looking for options. The town we live in refuses to do anything about a very bad deer population, so any solution needs to work within that problem. Arborvitae, arborvitae, arborvitae. If you say this word 3 times, you will become a rich folk who only cares about the looks of nature, but not nature itself. By looking at the picture and reading several comments, there are plenty of ways to resolve your so-called aesthetic problems. Very bad deer population. It's not deer, my dear, that are the problem. It's you and people in general who think these places are rightfully theirs, whilst these are natural habitats of majestic creatures like deer, who, unlike humans, do not damage the environment for the sake of so-called beautiful looks. So, just read those funny and clever comments, find a solution, and leave the deer alone. If this isn't the same energy as filming yourself giving money to a homeless man for views, I don't know what is. I'm gonna share an unpopular opinion regarding Mr. Beast. Is Mr. Beast a bad person? I don't think so. Is Mr. Beast a good person?
No.
I don't think so either. On the one hand, it has become a trend to hate on Mr. Beast for views, likes, and monetization. On the other hand, let's be honest, He is just a human with his flaws and nuances. Yes, there are things like lotteries, a PDF file friend and employee about whom he had no idea, and the most recent controversy that could be attributed to a crypto pump and dump scheme about which he also had no idea, allegedly. But realistically, is he an evil person? Most likely not. Everybody makes mistakes. Yes, he has an ego, but he loves what he does. Let's be honest. Nobody on YouTube does what he does on the same scale. Let me ask you a real question. Do you want to get rid of MrBeast? If so, why? Because there are far worse people on YouTube than MrBeast. In my case, I don't really care about the little things. He is who he is, just a human. Don't get me wrong. If he does something bad or terrible, we must always point it out, but sometimes it seems like people just hate him for the sake of hatred. Am I wrong? Now listen. There was a person who lived 82 years of happiness. He didn't know what nagging was. He was never asked for money for groceries, utilities, or children. He had never been cheated on nor had been verbally or physically abused for not being man enough. He was never compared to someone else better husband who drives a new Range Rover unlike you who drives an old Toyota. He lived a simple life serving God. Look at him, Mihailo Tolotos, a Greek monk who lived for 82 years without ever knowing what a woman looks like. You know the deal, right? You must subscribe, leave a like and comment. Otherwise, you will become a victim of your favorite YouTuber who will take advantage of you by lying to you, taking your life savings with unrealistic promises, using it for his lavish lifestyle, and in the end, when you want to go somewhere quiet to end everything, he will record it for views while wearing an alien hat from Toy Story. You don't want that, right? Right?